Picture a hillside in Burma. It's past midnight. The jungle is black and thick. A lone soldier sits at the most forward position of his platoon when out of the darkness, 200 enemy troops come screaming toward him. A grenade lands in his trench. He picks it up and throws it back. Another lands. He kicks it out. A third lands. He grabs it and it detonates in his hand. Most people would be dead. This man kept fighting for 4 more hours. This is not fiction. This is a video about ordinary soldiers who did things that, by every rational calculation, should have been impossible. And yet, they happened. Lakshman Gurung was born in Nepal in 1917. When he first tried to enlist in the British Indian Army in 1940, they turned him away, too short. But as the war ground on, standards relaxed, and Gurung got in. He joined the 8th Gurkha Rifles. On the night of May 12, 1945, up to 200 Japanese infantry launched a surprise assault on his position. He hurled back 2 grenades, but the third exploded in his right hand, blowing off his fingers, shattering his arm, and wounding him in the face and leg. His 2 comrades went down. He was effectively alone. He loaded and fired his rifle with his left hand for 4 hours, screaming, "Come and fight a Gurkha," meeting each attack with fire at point-blank range. When his unit arrived, they found 31 dead Japanese soldiers around him. He had killed them all with one hand. He became one of 13 Gurkhas ever awarded the Victoria Cross. One hand, 200 attackers, 4 hours. The math doesn't work, and yet, there it is. But if you think sheer physical defiance is the only way to make the impossible happen, the next story is going to rewire your brain, because this one was won with books. In December 1775, Henry Knox arrived at Fort Ticonderoga to begin one of the most audacious logistics operations of the American Revolution. Knox was 25 years old and a bookseller by trade. Not a general, not an engineer. A man who had educated himself in military science entirely by reading. Knox suggested to George Washington that cannon could drive the British from Boston, and Washington sent him to retrieve 59 cannon and mortars from Fort Ticonderoga, 300 miles away, in winter. The total weight, 60 tons. Knox brought every piece of it, packed on sleds pulled by oxen, over snow, ice-covered rivers and mountains, without losing a single cannon. Washington placed those guns on Dorchester Heights, overlooking Boston. The British evacuated on March 17, 1776, without a single shot fired. A bookshop owner just ended an 11-month siege. By reading. Now, speaking of things that shouldn't be possible, what would you do if you were one soldier with a single machine gun and an entire enemy offensive was rolling toward you? Would you hold your position or fall back? Comment your answer below, because the next man chose to stay. Aníbal Augusto Milhais, nicknamed Soldado Milhões, Soldier Millions, was a Portuguese farmer conscripted in 1915 and deployed to the Western Front. On April 9, 1918, during the Battle of the Lys, Portuguese and Allied Scottish troops were forced to retreat. Milhais stayed alone at his Lewis gun, firing continuously for hours, expending 400 rounds, disrupting the German advance until he ran out of ammunition and found himself completely behind enemy lines. He hid under a tarp as the German army passed him by. Days later, he spotted a Scottish military doctor drowning in a swamp, saved his life, and got him back to Allied lines. Months after that, he again held back the Germans single-handedly, allowing a Belgian unit to retreat without casualties. A Portuguese major declared he was worth 1 million soldiers. After the war, he went back to farming and never talked about it. That's the thing about these men. They didn't do it for the fame, so what do all of them have in common? Gurung was rejected for being too short. Knox sold books. Milhais was a farmer who went back to farming. They were ordinary people who, in the worst possible moment, decided they were not done yet. What history keeps proving, in trenches and jungles and frozen mountain passes, is that the human ceiling is much higher than any of us think. These aren't stories about special people. They're about what happens when an ordinary person refuses to quit. And the terrifying, beautiful truth is, nobody knows who that person is until the moment arrives. If this gave you a story you'd never heard before, drop it in the comments. I want to know which one hit hardest. And if you want more buried names and impossible moments, subscribe, because there are plenty more where these came from.